you watched the tape, what seemed better from Saturday than maybe you thought, and what seemed worse than maybe you thought?
Um, Personally, watching the tape, I watched it probably like 4 times since Saturday. One thing I'll be proud of, like I feel like we did like a good job in the run game. Um, I feel like we obviously, you know, held our own in the run game. Um, Personally, what I seen, we just had to limit, explosives. Obviously, the penalties. But that's, obviously technique things we could fix up. But that's just what I seen. So.
Toledo with Jerwan Newton, one of the top group of 5 wide receivers in the country. What makes him such a tough guard in your opinion, and how are you guys looking to slow him down Saturday?
Playing him last year, then obviously watching film on him. He's obviously a great player. Obviously experience. Knowing what he does. Good speed, good twitch. But I feel like just continue to trust our technique, trusting our play calls, and watching a lot of film on formation alignments and seeing the difference of the dividers and knowing their personnel. That should help us this week.
I'm curious. So I never played. I'm curious. Walk me through. Say you're on the field. They're in 11 personnel. Walk me through what's going on in your head pre-snap. Like, what are you looking for? How do you, I guess, make those calculations? What's your thought process like pre-snap?
Well, it goes for different teams. What they usually run out of certain personnel is 11, 12, 13. Usually 11 personnel could be estimated 50-50 depending on first down, second down, third down. So that's obviously a game plan kind of things, but like just studying those formations and knowing like what you're gonna expect out of this formation on a certain down. That's how I kind of study those kind of things.
We talked to Coach Brown about trying to get this team playing cohesive and having those new transfers gel with the rest of the team. As one of the returners, how do you think you're able to create that team cohesion, that team chemistry to hopefully bring some wins on the score sheet?
Personally, I think we've built very good during this off season, especially during the summer. Because we're the only ones here. But they came here, ready to go, which was a big thing for us. They came here, ready to go. No lollygagging. They just came here like, yo, I'm with you. So that's a good thing to have, behind your back, and then having those with you, having them tell you, yo, we got you, like, and me telling them I got them. So, having those guys, we watch film. Like the past week, we watched film on our own together as a whole DB crew. But just continue to do those things. Continue to have that bond, and just having the ability to trust one another on the field is going to help us.
To piggyback off of that, how much does the first road game help with that building? That you guys are going to be away from campus. You're going to be you fly out and all that.
I don't think it would defer too much, because we with each other almost every day. But obviously us being great friends, outside of the field, that just helps us a lot when we're on the field, because you got that certain bond that you can just trust one another on the field, and then being off the field, being good friends.
I think I've seen your family in the stands. Certainly a lot of people with your name on their back cheering loud. So I'm assuming it's your family.
Yeah.
Just for you personally, like, what does it mean to have them around supporting you like that?
Man, it's a great feeling. Obviously being in college, you can't really see your family all the time, but just making sure you give your all on that field just to make them happy, make them proud, and then obviously just to get a W for them as well. But they always been supportive of me. Ever since I was a little boy, so they've always had the Powell 21 since I was a kid. So, but it's obviously a good thing to just see them after the games. Just to obviously show them love. Just the fact that I don't see them all the time, so it's a good thing.
Why 21?
It's a good question. So one of my favorite players was Sean Taylor and Deion Sanders. So I've wore 21 since high school. So I just never took it off. And then 21 just stuck with me, and Cause when I first was playing football, I was wearing 20, but my freshman year they didn't have 20, so I was like, I'm just go 21, and then things shifted after that. I wore 21, and I just felt like it was just a new chapter for me, as far as football. So I just stuck with 21.
Are you superstitious about anything like on game day? I know some guys are like really particular about like either a warm-up routine or like a pregame routine or like putting the socks on in the right order. Like, you have any of those like rituals?
Nah, I don't have a superstition. I just make sure, I continue my prayers because, I'm very spiritually with God. So I just continue to, keep my prayers with God every day, every morning, and then every night before I go to sleep. So I don't really, get into the superstition kind of thing because, I'm obviously spiritual with God. So.
Coaches and players always talk about the most learning comes from game 1 to game 2. You guys feel that way?
Yes, for sure. Just to see the little things. Obviously, personally, I think it was, little things that we could clean up. But, the effort's always there. Us flying to the ball is always there, just to clean up little technique things. But obviously, we just got a chip on our shoulder and that, that nasty feeling from the last game. So we just, put the last game behind and then focus on what's forward.
Thanks, Rick.
Yep.